Hey there, Maria back with another video. It's 9:13 a.m. It is February 19th. It is Monday morning, and for some of you who got the holiday off, I am very glad for you. You're probably kicking back in your pajamas and just kind of doing your thing or whatever. Could be out in the town doing something that you usually don't do. I hope so. But anyway, and for those who are working, just try to shake up the routine a little bit. So I have, of course, been thinking, as always, I wanted to make this video really quick. It's funny, sometimes I say I want to make a quick video, and there's times where I honestly feel as though um, I don't really have much to say. And then after the video is recorded, I'm looking at it, it's like, man, I was talking for like 40 minutes. Sometimes I surprise myself, but yeah, so anyway, I wanted to make this video for I'm still going to refer to you guys as perps because, I get it, you know what I mean? I'm still going to call you guys perps only because it's like something that describes a collective group, okay? So let's make this lighthearted and stuff, and I don't want to offend anyone. I'm just trying to get on with my life, I think everyone's known that I've really, my God, I have struggled and just like, seriously, literally had so many things squashed out of my life because of this issue. And, I think it's in the heart of so many people to release themselves from a lot of the restrictions that are unnecessarily imposed on other people, especially when I think about things that are in terms of, the guidelines of laws. And, I honestly do believe that a lot of this was just ignorance. Um, and I do also think a lot of it, we understand that the original plan of this, okay, and how it trickles down and everything, and how I'm not going to go too into it because I'm trying to be respectful, okay? But, people have their motives, and it became a big nightmare for me, not even understanding everything that was going on. And I don't believe that I was ever meant to understand what was going on. Okay. So, I'm one of those people who kind of woke up. All right. Um, I feel though that, a lot, whether I would have realized who my identity was or what my identity was or not, I have still felt this extreme void in my life, knowing that there has been time taken away from me for whatever reason. I used to think it was just the kids on the playground. I do understand that there was higher forces at play, and that even makes it even more tragic because it sometimes feels as though, I didn't have, a chance, at all, because it was such a large operation that literally I can't tell you how many, important events that I think is important for people to acknowledge in their life. And those things passed me by, and I feel as though now is the time for me to seek out things that have always interested me. I have been a part of the system. What I mean by the system is, going to work every day, and I understand how orchestrated all that is. I've already stated my feelings on how all of that works and how I'm very disappointed in all of that. But anyway, anyway, like this is lighthearted, okay? So just take it as it is. But anyway, you know, I um, I have always been, I guess, on somewhat on the creative side, okay? And I know that that kind of clouded your judgment of me. I am so capable of so much more, you know. I understand that I am somebody who has advanced skills, and I am very grateful. And it's unfortunate in my life I was not able to explore more, and experiment more. And I feel as though I've wasted my time in this horrible system that literally sucked and drained the life out of me. Okay? There are certain people who are mismatched for their jobs, for their environment, and I have been one such person. and I feel as though it's time for me to make that journey. I mean, like it's like this is my life mission, to explore spiritually, to experience different sensations. This is how I am, and, I don't have a life of the majority of people. I don't, and you look at however all this was set up, a lot of it is circumstantial. You know what I mean? And I'm just adapting to that environment that was, what the environment was actually set to do was actually to crush me. I understand that this was an experiment between me and my twin. Um, but the thing is that I'm one of these people that when I look at this situation, and honestly, I can tell you that I would never willingly participate in such a experiment or contest, especially given the circumstances that it's such a uh, gosh, what can I say it? A thoughtless. Okay, I understand that who is behind it, but the other people who participated, maybe not necessarily thinking how deep that was, it was definitely mindless. Okay. I do believe that family ties should be sacred, and I feel as though I have been exploited in this issue, on top of the issues of being bullied in the schoolyard, missing out on special times in my teenage years, having a difficult time raising a child by myself when it could have been easy breezy. I mean, it really could have been. I mean, here's the thing. I moved down here because I knew I could literally kill it. Like, if the system worked the way it was told that it worked. Like the way that I read about how it worked and how it's supposed to work, really. But anyway, so it kind of threw me off a little. So basically, what I'm telling you is that I choose to live. I choose to seek out the things that make me happy. And I understand that, I have found absolutely no happiness in that system. Okay. Now, what I wanted to say is I know that this is all very eye opening and mysterious to a lot of people. And it is because you think about it, most people don't. They do and they don't. People are familiar with people with psychic powers, and a lot of people have been, noted for being, maybe con artist or whatever. But there's absolutely no doubt about my gift. I mean, obviously, through all these videos, I have basically painted the picture correctly, and I do understand that I have, unique. Um, Unique powers, and I'm very grateful for it. And sometimes I have to shut my mind down because I don't like to know everything. Because I get disturbed more than most people. I get um, because I can read into situations deeper than most people. And I can chisel things down. And I sometimes don't like chiseling things down, which is one of the reasons why I kind of keep my distance from most people. And I think a lot of times, that even affects my life on social media. Where I feel like, okay, I'm meeting somebody new. Okay, I'm getting a little nervous. I don't want to because I know that if I chisel down in most people, then I'm going to be like, oh man, I understand that everybody is interconnected in some way. I fully get that. Okay, I get it. It's just that, all my life I've had people plotting against me negatively. Let's get her out the workforce. Let's bully her out of her job. Let's bully her out of school. Let's do, this crazy stuff. And so you have to understand that, my interacting with people is, you know, you have to understand the nervousness behind it. You have to. I mean, if you can't, I don't know what else to tell you. What else do I want to say? Oh, okay, about the experiment with my twin. Okay, this is extremely tragic to me. It's disturbing to me. I'm extremely disturbed by something like this. But when I look at the situation, I understand that I was definitely set up as at a disadvantage in this whole experiment. Okay, number one, you know, I deserve to have, if it was supposed to really, if it was supposed to actually, allow me to showcase my skills or something positive, that I would have been set up in situations where that was the case. I was always bullied out of situations. Always, you know what I mean? Extreme, ridiculous. But the weird part is, I never let it break me. That's what's so weird about it. It's like they thought that I was going to like somehow like just submit to some weird shit. I know my rights. You know what I mean? And so I do see myself as a winner in this situation, although I would never want any actual praise for such a morbid association with something like this. But I do understand that um, I'm obviously a stronger, uh, I guess, I don't like to say the word competitor, but I guess I'm stronger than my twin. Okay. And I don't like the idea of it. Like, I just, to me, like I said, I guess, even though I never had that demonstrated in my life, like, what a real family was, I always know deep in my heart that that's what it really was. Like, and I think most people do on some level. That's one of the reasons why people like family shows, even though it is unrealistic, but it's something that our heart desires. Even though, we don't really see too many examples of it, it's sad that we have such a strong desire to have those kind of connections, but hardly any of us are satisfied with them. And see, this is one of the reasons why I tell you why we live in hell. We have, certain desires that are very hard to accomplish through other people. Because you can be sincere, but the other person just wants to stab you in the back. I mean, that's just how it is. It's unfortunate, but there's too many variables when it comes to people. You know what I mean? And most people just aren't that loving. They're just not that kind. And but this is one of the reasons why it's disturbing to me because I do believe families are important. I do believe having a foundation is important. You know what I mean? Not just for this life, but the one that goes on and on and on. And yes, do I feel as though this experiment kind of took a shit on my family line? Yeah, I do feel that way. I feel as though it was offensive on that level. Okay, and I'm keeping it light. I'm keeping it light. I'm keeping it cordial here. Okay, I'm just telling you how it feels and what it was meant to feel like. Okay, but like I said, I'm a pretty strong person, and um, I don't feel as though my family line looks bad in this situation at all. Anyway, I do believe that my messages are understood by the people who orchestrated this fun little game of odd. But anyway, I do understand that you get the message. Okay, so let me see what else I want to say. Um, you know, I've been like kind of like I said, kind of weirded out when it comes to having any social interaction. Because um, I realize the situation that's going on around me, and I understand how big it is. And Maria has always had social anxiety because of being targeted all my life and being followed and being bullied and everything like that. So I understand, I'm getting the vibe that people are really like opening up and being cool with me. But at the same time, you have to understand, I have been um, in my own kind of form of programming. Like, I have been programmed to be fearful of people. You know what I mean? I have been like taught that people are two faced, and that has been demonstrated to me over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, because of this issue. And so you have to understand that this is naturally going to be how I am. I am extremely standoffish because I have to keep that what do you call it? That barrier there. You know what I mean? For my own protection. What else do I want to say? Oh, okay. I get the message that people want me to stop using relaxers, and the thing is, I think there's a lot of talk about my hair. I have been thinking about stop using relaxers mainly because, I understand that the relaxers is pretty much the primary cause of why my hair is so fucked up. I get that, you know what I mean? But so I don't really have a lot of experience with hair, and I don't. And it sounds funny. It's like you don't know how to do your hair. I fucking seriously do not know how to do my hair. Every once in a while, I might be able to pull something off. But like I said, I've always been to beauticians, or my sister worked on my hair. And when it comes to like having to deal with it, the relaxer thing has just been my go-to for the last, I don't know, since I was 14 years old. So, but yeah, I have been thinking about just kind of growing out my hair without putting any relaxers on it. I actually skipped this last month of putting a relaxer on my hair, so I don't know. We'll see. I'm once it starts growing out, I'll probably just you know, chop the dead ends off. That's the part that gets that's been relaxed, is what I'm saying. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll let you know. Anyway, so what else did I want to say today? Oh, I was basically thinking about how we make use of color in our lives. I'm a big color freak, because like color to me is what stimulates me, as well as music and color. Somehow I like to just everything somehow kind of comes together for me. Like, I'll think of certain songs or whatever, and I keep thinking about certain colors. And then I start thinking about what outfit would look good and how that somehow blends with the music and stuff. It's what keeps my mind occupied, and it also helps me. I don't know, just kind of sink into a certain feeling, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? And so, yesterday, I don't know what it was, but I just feel like okay, I can feel like the seasonal shift. I feel like we're getting closer, of course. We're getting closer to spring. That's coming up like in the next month. But I could feel it in my body. It was like, you know what? I feel like I just need to clean. And so I kept thinking, okay, Maria, set a realistic goal for yourself because I have quite a few rooms in this little house, even though, well, it's actually an apartment. It's actually an apartment. And I kept thinking, okay, well, you know what? I'll start small. I'll do the downstairs bathroom today, and then I'll do the rest of it tomorrow. And I ended up cleaning the entire house, the downstairs, the upstairs. I mean, like I swept, I mopped, I cleaned the toilets, I cleaned the sinks, I cleaned the countertops, I cleaned the oven range, I cleaned, I cleaned, I vacuumed out the vacuum, I cleaned the staircase. I mean, I fucking cleaned yesterday, you know, and I just felt as though I wanted to somehow shift the energy in my home. And I think that cleaning is something that's really important. We don't like a lot of clutter. And I'm not like an expert feng shui artist or somebody who understands like the deep aspects of that system. But I do understand enough to where I utilize what I do know in my life. And I do have a lot of respect for it. And I do understand because I've always loved color how to apply that in my life and in the goals that I'm trying to pursue. Obviously, yesterday I cleaned all the linen. I mean, I did a bunch of laundry yesterday. God, where did I get this energy? It's just like I said, like the shift. I'm feeling a shift, and I just wanted to get things moving. So I cleaned my house and then I changed my bed linen, and right now like astral projection is my thing. So, obviously I make use of a lot of colors to me that I associate with astral projection, which would be um, light purples, which would be like a lavender type color, and then also like a turquoise blue color. So I changed my bedding, and I'm just doing everything I possibly can, to try to bring that into my life. And color is one good thing to use. So I found this app. It's not really an app. It's actually on the website. I will put the link in the description box. And I was talking about colors for Monday. Most people do wear black on Monday, but there's this app where you can actually choose the color to wear based on your birthday, which I thought was kind of fun because sometimes you might be having to transition into Monday, and that day you might feel more energized by wearing red.
And so I thought this app was kind of cool. You know, if you want to coordinate your outfits based on this app, you know, you can give it a try. Or, you know, also not just your clothing, you can also utilize color, of course, like I said, in your home, you know. And which I will be talking more about those sort of things in my videos. But I wanted to talk about, you know, how, you know, even something simple like, you know, maybe a poster or, you know, changing those little pillows on your couch, the toss pillows, just adding more color, stimulating. You know, like I like a lot of orange because I like to stimulate my mind. I like to use my creativity. So orange is a color that you might want to use in your home. So anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video because Maria is tired of talking and Maria's getting thirsty and Maria feels as though she is understood, and I appreciate that, and I do hope that, you know, you can resolve um, these issues that have been going on and lingering in my life. You know, right now I'm having problems because, and I'm going to tell you, you know, money is really tight right now, and the situations that I've been in, you know, it causes me a lot of frustration. Right now, it's like, you know, I shouldn't be in this situation. Okay, so I think that's pretty much all I really need to see. I do believe you get the gist of it, and like I said, you know, I'm trying to be respectful. I understand that, you know, who you guys are, and I understand who's involved, and I understand, I get it, okay, I fully get it. But yeah, I do hope that you understand my needs, and I hope that you understand other people's needs, because people expect to have their freedom, especially when they're working and operating within the guidelines. Like, I can understand there's certain things that are considered rebellious. What's rebellious is what's written in the law. Okay, like if I kill somebody, well, then I need to be punished for that because that's written in the law. Okay, but because, you know, somebody relaxes their hair, or somebody wears a wig, or somebody, you know, I don't know, that's, there's nothing even in the law about that. Okay, so anyway, gonna wrap this video up, and I will be back with another video sometime later. Take care. Bye bye.